What's up, Lions fans? Back again with another update, another coaching update on the Lions here as we exit the 2023 NFL season for the Detroit Lions. We got some additional good news here as we found out today that defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn will also be returning next season. So not only are we bringing back the offensive coordinator, but also the defensive coordinator. So we will now have the trifecta of coaching coming back for the 2024 season for the Detroit Lions. And that is excellent news. I mean, as much continuity as you could possibly ask for. You're going to get it now, bringing Aaron Glenn back. Now, there's some positives and some negatives to this, right? Because in general, the Lions defense has not been great over the past few seasons. Statistically, they rank in the lower end of the league in a lot of the key categories. As we got towards the end of last season, you saw Aaron Glenn make some very key adjustments to the way the defense was running to be able to make up for the fact that their defensive line truly didn't get a ton of pressures. That was really the biggest problem that I saw this season, and from what I saw from an outside perspective and people looking at what the Lions were doing, it looked like really the defensive line was really their true struggle on defense. If they can't get to the quarterback, sustained pressures that actually get home, that help your back end, I mean, that caused them a lot of problems. It was really their big bugaboo back in the season before when they started 1-6 and their defense was historically bad. It kind of started that way again this year, but they were able to, overcome a lot of that with such a good offense. They did add a few pieces on defense, which made them a little better. Some of the rookies that were added, helped things out. Brian Branch, Jack Campbell, obviously Hutch in his second year. But they didn't really add a bunch of pieces to the defensive line. We know what happened in free agency this year. They really didn't make a move or add any key pieces to bolster that unit, which I thought was a mistake, and ultimately could have been another one of those reasons that cost them a chance at a Super Bowl. But, they're going to bring Aaron Glenn back. And, again, there's something about continuity. There's something about the culture that they've built there in Detroit. Obviously, they want to be back there. Now, this was a little bit of a different situation than Ben Johnson. The stories you heard on that side was that maybe it was more that he really wanted to stay in Detroit. And I'm not saying Aaron Glenn didn't, but I think he certainly would have taken the opportunity if it was given to him. So this is from the Detroit Free Press here from today, from February 1st. Aaron Glenn will have to wait at least one more year for his shot to be a head coach. The Washington Commanders hired Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn as head coach Thursday, according to multiple reports, completing the 2024 hiring cycle. So, obviously, if Washington would have extended that job to Aaron Glenn, it seems as if he probably would have taken it. So, is there a sense there that maybe it's not as, I'm staying hometown because that's what I want to do, as much as it was with Ben Johnson? I don't know. That's maybe more of a personal question for Aaron Glenn, but I think, he's done a lot of good things here. Obviously, Dan Campbell and the organization like him a lot. And what the ultimate hope is that with adding pieces during this offseason, free agents with the draft, and they've proven they can add pieces that way. With more dudes on defense, does that truly give Aaron Glenn a better chance to represent who he is as a D coordinator, to really show what he can do? Maybe this defense truly takes another step up with some more key pieces added on and takes the Lions to that next level. So that's the ultimate hope, at least in my mind. I'm sure in the organization's mind, they love that as well. So I'm going to look at this as a positive. For a little while there, I just thought it was inevitable that both of them were leaving. So I started to look at other candidates and what the Lions could potentially do to fill those voids. Then the Ben Johnson news came out, which was a thrill to a lot of people, including myself. And now we hear about Aaron Glenn. I initially was thinking, okay, maybe Mike Vrabel, which I know was crazy and a super duper long shot because he's going to go take television money. But it's like, okay, if we're going to lose Glenn still, then maybe that's out there, and you get excited about that. And then you hear the news today on this, and you just kind of have to take a step back and go, okay, what's best for the organization? What's best for the team? I think in the big picture, this is great. I'll say the word again, continuity, not having to make major changes, continuing the defensive scheme they have, and adding those key pieces, I think will be the biggest thing here. So huge news today, and really I think gives the Lions and the whole organization now a clear picture as they head into next year. There's a lot of things ahead of them they still have to address. I'm going to get into all of that in future sessions here on Johnny Gaz Sports. So definitely be on the lookout for that. But yeah, this is just amazing news. I think, again, having both coordinators, including Dan Campbell, your head coach, it's going to be nothing but good things. So let's head into 2024, continuing this positive. Appreciate you guys coming along for another video. We will see you on the next one. What's up, Lions fans? Back again with another update, another coaching update on the Lions here as we exit the 2023 NFL season for the Detroit Lions. We got some additional good news here as we found out today that defensive coordinator